Hello. Has the stream begun? If anyone can see the stream, please let me know in the chat. Or I guess at least can hear me. Again, I apologize for the audio quality. I don't have a lot to work with here. But, yeah. Hello, everyone. As you can see, I am not on the screen yet. But that will be a thing in a minute. Hello, everyone. Hi. Moonlight, Kitty Gamer, hello. So as the title of the video says, this is my birthday live stream where we're just gonna chill and hang out. I don't know, I might watch some videos with you guys just for funsies. But this can be a Q&A video, we can have discussions, I guess. We're just hanging out. Also, I brought food with me because I didn't have dinner yet and I knew I would get hungry, so I might be snacking on stuff while I'm doing the stream. So I apologize for the weird ASMR that may happen. Happy birthday. Hey, there's no way your birthday is August 12th. My birthday is the same. Well, actually, my birthday is tomorrow. I just decided to do the stream a day early because I am going to be doing things tomorrow. So, technically, it's happy early birthday, but I don't care either way. But, yeah, it's cool that your birthday is so close to mine. Sora Flute? So, I guess I can do the reveal now. Miraculous Ninja. Hi, OMG, my mom's birthday's tomorrow too. That's so cool. Alrighty. So, I think now would be a good time for the reveal. Should I do what certain live streamers do? Let me see if I can, like... Okay. Ooh. Ooh. What? Yeet. Hello there. Do you see me? Oh. Ah. Yeah. Hello. Hello. Ah. This is so cool. I actually have my own V model that I was hoping for. Magnolia 13, hello. Oh, thank you for the happy birthday. Yeah. So this was my big reveal. I finally have the VTuber model I wanted instead of using reality. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. How are you? I'm doing good. We ran a lot of errands today, so I'm pretty tired. I just woke up from a nap like 30 minutes ago. I set an alarm. It was a crazy dream. I was just getting to like major backstory, and then the alarm went off and I woke up mid-explanation, and I was like, I didn't get to finish it, guys. I have weird dreams like that. Let's see. Rice Man, hi, happy early birthday. By the way, I love your videos. Thank you so much. That's so nice. Mystery Kiddo 2 says, happy birthday. Thank you. Moonlight, what was the dream? It was kind of in the Yuki Yuna as a hero universe, so probably none of you guys know what that is. I don't think I've ever met someone in real life who knows Yuki Yuna as a hero. If you do know it, leave it in the chat. So I was getting into explanation of the lore behind it, where I was a character in the universe and I was explaining it to someone who didn't know. So yeah. I'm not gonna say what it was here, because spoilers if anyone actually wants to look up the show. That'd be cool. Man, this is so cool. Oh, do you guys want to know what I was doing today when I was running errands? So I was getting stuff for my birthday tomorrow. I'm having friends over, so I got like some ice cream. I was pretty sure that I have it too, and I wasn't gonna get evaluated. I was just gonna be there to listen. But from the results I had in my head for what the doctor was saying, I'm pretty sure I have it too, which would explain like all of my health problems. Yeah, so I can't get officially diagnosed until December because there was way too there's way too many way too little doctors. So I couldn't get an appointment until December. I might be able to get in sooner. I'm on a waiting list, so if someone cancels, I may be able to get in sooner, but I don't know. Don't worry, it is not fatal. Just know that. It does kind of suck, though. Sore Flute asked, do you watch anime? Yes, I do watch anime. I watch, I mean, I don't, like, watch a ton of anime, but I do have a lot that I watch. If that makes any sense. I don't, like, watch every anime in the season. I watch, like, maybe one or two of the season. Some of the recent ones I've liked, Delicious in Dungeon, Oshinoko. I haven't caught up on second season yet, so please no spoilers. My more recent obsession has been the 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You. It's insane, and I started reading the manga, and I'm like girlfriend 20 or 21 at this point. I'm at girlfriend 21, I think. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a crazy anime / manga. Would not recommend for people under 16, I would say. So, yeah. Yeah, sorry, I need to grab a bite. Sorry, I'm hungry. I recommend Attack on Titan. I've actually seen Attack on Titan all the way through. Sorry, I need to swallow. Hang on. But yeah, I saw Attack on Titan all the way through. It was... I don't want to spoil anything. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone. But it was literally the best world building ever. Like, it is up there with some of, like, the greatest world building stories ever. I don't think anything went left unexplained. Everything had an explanation. Deku and Ketri, hello, happy birthday, thank you. Screen Boy, what's up? Also, happy birthday, thank you. I'm gonna be saying that a lot through the stream, I think. Yeah. So if you guys have any cool Q&A questions, questions about the channel or about me, I'll try to answer what I can. Do you go through creepypastas? Go through a creepypasta phase? Yes. I do like creepypastas. I'm not, like, super into the big ones, I guess. Like, I know of them. I know a lot about, like, Slender Man, that kind of thing. I wasn't really, like, obsessed with it. I just really liked the stories. I do like scary stuff, though. So, FNAF was actually what got me into scary stuff. Let me think. The analog horror stuff is pretty cool. It can be a little spooky for me. I like The Backrooms by Kane Pixels. I can't wait for the movie, by the way. Also, just like, Kane Pixels, you're amazing. You're definitely not watching my channel, but you are amazing. I just don't even know how to express how skilled you are. That's awesome. Any other creepypastas? Not necessarily, I guess, nowadays, besides, like, backrooms and stuff. I mean, does Analog Horror count as creepypastas? They should. Do they count? I feel like they should count. Happy birthday. Hope you're doing great today. Yeah, I'm a little tired. I don't know why I've been feeling a little anemic the last few days. So I'm a little lightheaded, but it's okay. It's fine, guys. Don't worry. I'll just drink more water. I don't know how that will help, but we'll see. Trying to think of more creepypastas. Of course, I like horror games, especially like Doki Doki, Little Nightmares. The OG fans will know I like Little Nightmares. Oh man, it's crazy. It's so crazy. Let's see. How old are you? If you can answer, I cannot answer that for you. I apologize, but I cannot. As a plant, you know, as a sundew plant, it's really difficult to gauge exactly what my human age would be like in comparison to how old I technically am. So it's hard to say. It's hard to say. Can I ask a question about your Tmnt OC Renaissance? Yes, you can ask whatever you want. I'll try to answer everything. Some things I won't be able to answer, but hopefully most of them. I guess as long as it's not too personal. Yeah. Wow. Look at the physics on my hair. It's so cool. I love this new model. I love it. Let me think. Anything else while we're waiting for questions? Man. How many years has it been since I started YouTube? I think it was... Technically, I created my YouTube account in 2015, but I didn't do anything with it until like a few years later. But now, here we are. We have 11,000 subscribers, which is awesome. I always wanted to be a big YouTuber, and I'm like at the moment, I'm like a moderately okay YouTuber. But either way, just getting to this point, like, I always wanted it, but, like, I didn't know if it would be possible. But getting to 10,000, then 11,000 subscribers is, it's really cool. And it gives me a little hope for this channel. Let's look at the questions. Deku and Ketri, I literally waited until this time to watch it live, as well as drawing birthday fan art for you all day. Oh my goodness. Let me know when you post that so I can see it. I'd love to see what you make. It's cool. Sora Flute asked, did you have trouble creating your OC? Not exactly. I've been writing fanfic for a while, but I never really got into making OCs. Technically, I made them in the beginning, but that was like FNAF OCs about like a new night guard, and again, the writing wasn't that good. But after that, I steered away from OCs for a very long time. It wasn't until I got into Rise that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be self-indulgent, I'll make an OC. So I based her off of a younger version of me, basically, but I also made some things a little different. I tried to make her not too Mary Sue-like, so hopefully that came across, and hopefully she's not too Mary Sue. I gave her no traumatic backstory, because I know that's a staple, and it can definitely work, but I was like, she doesn't need a traumatic backstory, so she was just raised with the turtles. Yeah, it was just me having fun. But I'm really glad people liked her, because I like doing stuff with her. Let's see, Mrs. Joker. I just read your late comic about your OC having, like, a heart condition, and it made your heart ache. Still like it? Yeah, it was just me venting, mostly. I honestly don't know if I would include all my health problems for Renaissance in the canon. Because I had that idea and I threw it up in the air, but I'm not sure about it. I don't know if the comic would be canon or not. Maybe if you guys are like, yes, it needs to be canon, then I'll make it canon. But I don't know. Because I feel like a lot of the health problems I have would definitely get in the way of fighting for her. So I might not include it. Or maybe if I do, I'll include like 1 or 2. Moonlight, I think you started 19, like 2019? Yeah, I might have. I forget how many years. Technically I did upload a few videos before then, but they were cringe and they had nothing to do with anything, so I don't remember if I deleted them or just made them unlisted, but yeah, you guys can't see them, unfortunately. Deku and Ketri, I didn't finish the fan art, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. Just let me know so I can see it when it's uploaded. Does Renaissance have a favorite shape? Well, she's based off of an octagon. Originally she was based off of a hexagon, but then she became an octagon, and I don't know how that happened. But, I don't think she has a favorite shape. Maybe like a teardrop would be cool? I don't know. I'm trying to imagine, like, if a gem was made into any shape, which one would she prefer? I think a teardrop shape would be cool. I don't know. Maybe I'm just stuck on, Madoka Magica and the soul gem shapes. I don't know. Dave James Dolphin S. Okay. Sore Flute, I have to go now, sadly, but I will watch your video later. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, just see you later. Well, we'll see ya. Dave James again. K. Bubble. I. You guys are silly. Man, this is cool, just hanging out with you guys. Man. Oh, do you guys want to, like, watch some videos together or something? Just, like, put on some random videos. I don't know, maybe we could watch, like, comic dubs. Oh, you know what we could do? We could watch, we could watch the MJ series. I mean, I've already caught up on it, but, like, we could totally watch MJ series if you're down for that. I also probably should hope that, How to Train Your Dragon Prince would be okay with that, though. Moonlight's down for it. Moonlight's down for it. Yes, I love MJ. She's so cute. I love her so much. I am curious about her traumatic backstory. Dave James says K. Sailor Aqua. Hello, just joined. Hello. We're just chilling out for now. I would like to do that. Oh, that's cool. Okay. We may do that. I don't know if How to Train Your Dragon Prince is in the chat. But I hope you're okay with it. If I'm doing this live, I can't necessarily ask, or on this spot, if I'm okay to do that. Dang. I hope it's okay that I do that. Hello. Hello. Well, I guess I can start pulling it up, just in case. Abnormally online. Hi, I'm putting together a puzzle right now. I'll still try to chat. The pieces are about as scattered as my brain right now. Literally me. I have fog brain all the time. It is crazy. It's part of the reason why I stutter so much when I am trying to talk, because my brain just shuts down. Sorry, I had to take another bite of food. Let me see if I can pull up over here. Okay, you guys still can't see it, but I have the playlists pulled up, I believe. I need to actually, like, show it on screen somewhere. I'd have to fix that. Yeah, let's answer some questions before I start on that, though. That's cool. What's Renaissance's height? So at the beginning of the series, I made it so that she's 4'5", so 4'5". And then by the end of the series and the Rise movie, I made her grow to be 4'8". And then in the future timeline, she gets to be 5'11". So she gets to be tall. Not, like, as tall as the others would be, definitely. Except maybe Mikey. Mikey might still be really short. I don't know. I think it would be really funny if in the future, Renaissance got to be taller than Mikey. And he's just, like, 5'5" or 5'6" or something. I wish I was tall, too. I got a happy birthday wish, thank you. Got another happy birthday wish. Internet was buggy, but it's restarted. Cool. Does Renaissance have a favorite number? I don't know if Renaissance has a favorite number, but my favorite number, I think, is probably 13. Not just because it lands on my birthday, but because my favorite color is green, and I have this thing called, what is it? Heck, I'm losing the word. Synesthesia, there we go. I have synesthesia when it comes to numbers and letters, so I see them as colors. So, 3 is colored a light green, but I also like the color 9 because 9 is a dark green. I know no one will understand, but yeah, that's how it goes. Let's see. You inspired me to make my own Sister AU. I named her Picasso to keep up with the artist thing. Cool. That's awesome. I love seeing people making OCs. I had some brain rot a little while ago, like a really stupid AU I could make, where it's like, it's a AU of the 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you, but it's the 100 turtles who really, 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 really love you, and it would be like Rise turtles and maybe another generation, and then a whole bunch of OCs too. I'm not gonna do anything with that, but it's in my head. Hi Ren, just got here. Hello! Infinite possibilities? Yeah! I love trying to pronounce, like, weird, crazy names that I cannot pronounce. What was your reaction to the, Tmnt OC? Like, which one? There's a lot of them out there. Like, my own OC or someone else's, because I think a lot of those OCs are pretty cool. Though I like, MJ, I like, there was a version of Venus that someone included. She was like I always forget it. It's like a barb or something turtle. She had like a dorsal fin on her shell, and she had white stripes. I think that was a cool Venus design. I like the August OC where it's Donnie's clone daughter. I think that one's cute too. Those are some of my favorite ones, but I like a lot of others too. Yeah, I got the name perfectly. Let's go. Let's see. Does Renaissance end up to get mystic power like Mikey in the movie? Yeah, I haven't really been able to delve into it on my channel yet because I'm not really sure how to do it well visually. But her mystic power is that she can make like glowy duplicates of herself. I came up with the mystic power before I got to see season 2, so I didn't realize that Raph got an upgrade to his mystic powers and could do a similar thing, just it looks exactly like him and not glowy. So that was a big oof on my part, but in my AU, we can just say that he doesn't get that power later on. we could say that, okay? It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, she can make duplicates of herself by episode 1. She can kind of like make a flicker after image if you've seen the video where it's drawing her into episode 1. By the time they get to, I think it was the introduction of Big Mama, that episode, Bugbusters. I think by then she would be able to have created maybe 1 clone, though I don't think it would stick around for a long time. But by the movie, I would say she could make a lot of clones. I don't know how many. Maybe like up to 10, I would say, maybe. I don't know. I haven't thought of the specifics that far ahead, but yeah. In the future, I'm trying to decide on whether or not in the bad future timeline they get to keep their mystic powers or not, because I know some people have it so that their mystic powers didn't come back, others have it so that they do, or some of them have it that only certain turtles get to keep their mystic powers. But if she were to have her powers in the future, I would say she would be able to create maybe like 100 at that point. If she got all powered up and everything, like super powered up. But again, that's at her prime, I would say, so not in the normal series. Sorry, that was a lot of time to talk. Mikey's canon height is 5'7" in the future. I googled it. Oh, okay, cool. So he gets to be 5'7", and then Renaissance can be 5'11", so she gets taller than him. I just love that idea. Stacey's case, because she's 4'5" tall. Stacey, I think I'm 12 years old because of the size. Yeah, I mentioned it before, but originally Renaissance was going to be 13, and then I was going to, 13 by the beginning of the series, and then age up the brothers 1 year, so that way she wouldn't be the same age as Mikey. But then I retconned it, so I just made her 12 years old and then kept their ages the same as the show. So yeah, she's 12 years old at the beginning of the show, and then 14 by the Rise movie. MJ, yes I do. I've caught up on all the episodes every time a new chapter or episode comes out. I watch it. I guess I could do reaction videos, and that would be fun, but I always get too excited and I watch it as soon as it comes out. Maybe I should do more live streams, and then I could do reaction videos to it. I should probably get How to Train Your Dragon Prince's permission first. I feel like that's something I should do. Let's see. Your sister AU is what made me actually give Rise a chance. I was initially put off by the more goofy nature. Honestly, I was too at the beginning, when it first came out in 2018, because I've been a Tmnt fan pretty much my whole life, and Rise was just way too different. I was I don't know, that, I wasn't a fan of the art style, but the animation I did recognize as really good. What made me, initially drop it at the beginning was Splinter and how he was portrayed, and I definitely understand why fans would be put off by it, obviously. But a few years ago, I gave it a chance, and I watched the series on Netflix, and, is it a good Tmnt adaptation? No, but as a show in it itself, it's really fun. It's a really fun show. So I ended up liking it for what it was and not comparing it to the other TMNT shows, because it's how do you compare when it's just so different? Yeah, but it's really cool that I was able to get someone to give Rise a chance just for my OC. I think that's pretty cool. Oh, what we could do is we could, like, send screenshots to people and just, like, gaslighting them into thinking that Renaissance was in the show. Oh yeah, she was definitely in the show, right? She was in so many episodes. How could you miss her? She waved. Notice Renaissance. She has social phobias. That would be funny. Wouldn't it be funny if we actually got to trick someone into watching the show because they thought Renaissance would be in it? Let's see. Rennie's multiplying ability is because she's everyone's little sister. There we go. She's just everyone's little sister. The perfect emoto. Hang on, I need to take another bite of food. Nom. I wish I could chew faster. Okay. I recently got a Rise comic book, and I've already finished it. I'm probably going to reread it, though. Cool. I haven't read any of the comics besides the 40th anniversary one that came out. Yeah. We could talk about that reveal later, though. I haven't been able to read any other ones, though. I would like to. But honestly, I would just like the show to come back. We need season 3. We need so much stuff, man. It would be really cool if they were able to bring in, like, future Leo. I don't think they would do that, but it would be really cool. I think it would be really interesting if that happened. Let's see. What's your reaction of the Rise movie? So, because I was watching Rise on Netflix, I only had season 1, and I had the movie. I was able to get onto the Nickelodeon website and watch the first 5 episodes of season 2, but I couldn't watch any more than that. At least not legally, and I couldn't find any Yarhar sites to watch them, so I went straight from season 2 episode 5 to the movie, so I had to, like, fill in some gaps myself. And oh my goodness, it was insane. The animation was so good. They, like, this studio, the animation studio that they do so well with comedy and horror. Like, they animate for Lego Monkey Kid. I haven't seen all the seasons, but I've seen, like, up till season 2, I think. And they are so good at doing comedy or horror. And I'm just like, how do you do that? It's like, I'm not complaining, but it's like, it's so good. I do like that Rise was able to get a little darker. I think Rise has the potential to be dark, and they just never really played into it. So we also know that because of the movie, if there was a season 3, we could go into darker territory, because I don't know, I think that would be cool. And I know we can do that. But yeah, animation was insane. Writing was good. I cried. Yeah. Okay, next question. I can imagine Renaissance having a little pool in her room since she's a green sea turtle. I don't know if I'd have a pool in her room. I think it would be too small, but I do imagine her liking saltwater baths. And, like, especially when she's sick, she gets, like, a hot saltwater bath to relax in. Also, I would say she's probably the best swimmer out of all her brothers because of that. Or at the very least, she can hold her breath the longest because of it. Yeah. I don't know, I like the ocean, I like the sea, and I think it's pretty cool that all the other more terrestrial turtles had, like, a actual sea turtle with them, though, too. I think that'd be cool. I guess freshwater turtles, I should say. Except Mikey, because he's completely terrestrial. I got another happy birthday wish, thank you. Who's MJ? MJ is an OC created by How to Train Your Dragon Prince on both YouTube and Tumblr. and it's really cool, and she's really cute, and you should check it out. Remember the other channels? Still just me? Dang. Yeah, I started branching out a little, but then I started reeling back into this channel, and so I don't know, the new stuff has really helped my channel, so I kind of just unfortunately abandoned the other things because it wasn't working as well. So I do still have a place in my heart for those other channels, and especially those older fanfics too that I was writing for, like Undertale and Little Nightmares crossed over with FNAF. Maybe one day I'll be able to get back to them and finally finish them up. Mostly for the Undertale one, because I did in a previous iteration complete it, and the newest update is just like me rewriting it. So I would like to actually finish it. I'm not sure when that's going to happen though, unfortunately. We can only hope. Man, I'm getting so many questions, bro. How do I keep up? Searched up MJU. Happy other birthday. Sorry, I forgot to wish you one before. Don't worry. For my OC Magnolia, I made it so she's younger, but by the turtles than 1 year, so she met them when she was 13 and they were 15. Cool, cool, cool. Nice. Yeah, in my AU, my OC has been with them from the beginning, so it's not like a separated AU. So I differ from most OCs in that way, I would say, because usually they end up meeting their OC after the beginning of the series. I wanted to do it from the beginning, mostly because I love just the idea of them having a little sister to look out for their whole life. I thought it would be really cute. Let's see. Yeah, she was definitely in the show. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Got another happy birthday. Hello. Would you rather add Renaissance in Tmnt or give Tmnt season 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7? I'd rather have it have more seasons. Because I can always do Renaissance stuff just by myself. I don't need her to be in the show, actually. I mean, it would be cool if she was, but I'd rather them have more seasons. So hypothetically, if the show were to come back and have more seasons, and if Renaissance were to be in the show, obviously she would have to be introduced later, so it wouldn't be the same as my EU. I don't know how that would go. I had an idea for like a completely unrelated, just general Turtles AU, where Renaissance is technically included, but instead of making her own turtle, I made it so that way she would be like an AI that Donnie creates, and she could have like her own VTuber model like me, and she would be kind of based off of real AI, like Neurosama, if you've heard of her. She's a AI virtual YouTuber. It's just pretty cool. So I basically based her off of that. So she would be more like a reference rather than totally her own character. Though I do think it would be fun if later in that iteration she could get like a robot body. She could be like the metalhead of that universe. I think that would be fun. Let's see. Hello. Season 3. Ren will become canon season 3. Definitely. Absolutely. Totally. Happy birthday. Thank you. As dark as the time the show wanted us to think Bishop had been impaled. Yeah. I think if Rise came back and there was season 3, they should definitely introduce Bishop and have him be very similar to how he was in 2003, not other iterations, okay? Because we know the show can go dark now that we've had the movie. So we could totally do that. If they, cause like, the usual main bad guys are kind of like, already taken care of for the show. We got Shredder's gone, Krang are gone. I mean, technically there could be more with the sister Krang, but, you know, that might relate to the EPF, Earth Protection Force, and maybe Bishop has something to do with that. It would be really cool if they had Bishop and actually be like 2003 where he's actually scary and not like the other iterations. Why can no other iteration do Bishop right? I don't understand. Let's see. Donnie, Ren, maybe Leo would love swimming together. Oh, absolutely. I have this idea in my head for like an episode that she would be included in, where they all like go to some beach somewhere that's, you know, not populated by people to just like enjoy themselves, have like a weekend camp out, and they do fun beach things. And one of them would be a swimming contest between Ren, Leo, and Dottie. I've heard different things about turtles and how fast they can be. I know that softshell turtles are really fast, and I heard that green sea turtles can be really fast, and then I heard that they're actually not that fast, and so I don't know what to believe. So maybe Ren would win, maybe she would not. I don't know. She would probably she'd probably win a breath holding contest though. I think that one would work more. Okay, let's see. Is Renaissance into plants? Well, because she's a green sea turtle, she is an herbivore. So I guess technically that would make her into plants. Maybe she likes sundew plants. I don't know. That could be fun to include. She just likes sundew plants. She has a herbivore diet, or at least she's supposed to, so technically she's supposed to be vegan, but she breaks that diet often because food just tastes so good. She especially breaks that diet for pizza, but she has to like offset it with fruits and vegetables. So yeah, I imagine her favorite fruit would be watermelon. I think that'd be her favorite. So besides pizza, watermelon's her favorite. Line from Stacy. Maybe I'm just holding on to more pain and suffering because of the memory of that incident. But I still pretend I'm fine. Maybe I'll talk about what happened next, I don't know. Ooh, edgy, I love it. I do like seeing all the edgy traumatic backstories for OCs. I think those are cool. I'm working on making a Tmnt OC. Black knob sawback? Black knobbed sawback? I'm assuming that's a type of turtle. I want to give Raph a spike buddy. And the OC gets a mohawk. That's cool. Now I'm imagining Monty Gator from FNAF. FNAF Security Breach. And I don't know how to feel about that because I hate Monty. I'm sure your OC is great though. I'm sure your OC is great. My OC Picasso is a leatherback sea turtle. They're one of my favorite types of turtles. That's cool. Do you have your own version of Renette? I do not actually. Yeah, I haven't really thought about including her into any of my AUs. I guess I could, but like, I don't know. Time travel is crazy, and if we're talking about specifically a Rise AU, I'm not sure how that time travel would work. I guess I'd have to think about that more, because you have to take into account Mikey's mystic hands and allowing him to possibly time travel. I don't know. I have to think about that more and the logistics of that. Let's see. If Renaissance had a Spotify playlist, what songs or types of songs would be on her playlist? So, for me personally, I don't have a Spotify playlist. I just listen to stuff on YouTube. So she'd probably be into similar music as me, though. She'd probably like musicals, especially like Disney musical stuff. So she'd probably listen to a lot of that. Also probably some video game music, maybe some anime music. I can see her being into some anime. Oh, she'd probably like Your Lie in April. She'd probably like Your Lie in April. Yeah. I'm trying to think what other stuff. I personally also like rock a lot. Like heavy metal. I know it's weird, but I love it so much. Sonic the Hedgehog was actually what got me into rock music because Crush 40 just slaps. It's great. Let's see. Doo-ka-doo-ka-doo. Have you watched the new Tmnt show, or are you planning to? I watched the first 2 episodes, and I do enjoy the series. My issue with it is that I was hoping that we could actually get tales of what's going on with the turtles in between the movies, of like how their school life or whatever is going on, how they may do vigilante work or how they may not. And they aren't really doing that. The whole show is the premise that Leo came up with a bunch of cool stories about them doing cool hero stuff. And that's like the canon of the show. And I'm like, it left me slightly disappointed, I guess, but it's not a bad show. Definitely not. I just wish that the stuff that we're watching could actually happen canonically or something. I don't know. But yeah, only watched the first 2 episodes so far. Still like the show, but still kind of iffy about it as well. Let's see. Happy birthday, thank you. My OC is a red-footed tortoise named Skylar, and I'm going to post her story soon. Ooh, that's exciting. It's interesting that you chose a tortoise and not a turtle, because I feel like a lot of people don't choose tortoises when they make their own OCs. So it's cool that you do something a little different. I tried to do something a little different with Renaissance. Of course, being that she was there from the beginning, and she's a sea turtle, I guess, though that's not too different of OC stuff at this point. And that her name is literally Renaissance instead of a Renaissance artist, because I didn't want to go with the typical names like Artemisia or Lavinia, because those have been chosen by however many OCs at this point. So I was like, what if I just named her Renaissance? And I mean, it still technically fits with the theme, so I don't know. I liked that I did something a little different like that. I hope no one created a OC with the name Renaissance beforehand, but I don't know. If someone did create an OC named Renaissance before I created mine, I apologize. That was not intentional. I have like 3 OCs in the works, all turtles with very unique looks. Nice. It's interesting because Rise is like the first show to have them be very different from each other visually. So it's interesting to come up with like how a turtle would differ from the others because of that. Because in other iterations, if you'd made OCs, you'd have to make them like the same turtle usually, the same kind of turtle, or at least a similar design to them. But with Rise, it's like anything's game, you know? And I kind of like that about Rise. Let's see. I can't remember if I said this before, but my OC is a box SHL turtle, but she has a soft cell. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but okay. Let's go. That's cool. So a box turtle, but a soft shell. Interesting. Oh no. I had a thought. I'm not gonna say it. Does Ren have any fears, like heights, the dark, etc.? I'm personally afraid of heights. I don't think Renaissance would be, though. She's constantly running all over the city, jumping off of, like, buildings or whatever, so I don't think she would have a fear of heights. She would definitely have a fear of losing her brothers, because she relies so much on them and she loves them very much. I also think, well, actually, her biggest fear is, like, being the center of attention. She is very, very shy, and she doesn't like being out there. She doesn't like doing stuff by herself. So I guess kind of separation anxiety, but, like, only when it's, like, outside the home or places she's not familiar with. So that would be part of her character arc, would be, like, becoming independent. So kind of similar, but also different to Mikey in that sense, because he wants to become independent, but, like, he wants to become more independent, where Renaissance would be, like, she needs to become more independent, but she doesn't really want to and doesn't know how. So, similar but different in that sense. Would she have any other fears, though? I'm allergic to bees, so I kind of have a fear of bees. I don't know if she would, though. She might. I could make that a thing. I can make that a thing, or she's afraid of bees because she's allergic. Yeah, I've never had a bad reaction to a bee yet, because I haven't been stung by a bee, but one landed on my leg and it flew away and it sold up half my leg. Well, it was my thigh, so it sold up half my thigh, so it wasn't like the full leg. But yeah, that was crazy. I really should probably find an EpiPen or something in case I do get stung by a bee at some point. I've been lucky so far, but I don't know. I've gotten so many close calls. Yeah. Also, honey tastes prickly to me. Because bees. I didn't realize that until I was in, like, senior year of high school. I was like, is honey supposed to taste prickly? Let's see. What is Renaissance's favorite ice cream flavor? My personal favorite ice cream flavors are vanilla, green tea, and cotton candy. Those are my favorite flavors. So I'd say hers would probably be the same. I could make it green tea just to stick with the green theme for her. That'd be fun. Yeah, for her it'd probably be a toss-up between vanilla and green tea. She'd be simple like that. I'm a very simple person. I like vanilla. It's great. Okay, I love it. Happy birthday, thank you. Seriously, every time a villain lands an attack on Renaissance, activating to defend friend mode. Yo, somewhat yandere. Kinda love it. I don't know why, but for me, like, the Rise characters haven't killed anyone as of yet, unless you technically count Shredder, but that was more like releasing his soul. But I get the feeling like they would be one of the main, cartoon generations of turtles, where it feels like they would totally be down with murder when it comes to villains. I don't know why I get that impression. Maybe it's because Donnie is so morally ambiguous. 'Cause 2003 had it so that Leo was willing to kill Shredder, but also it was treated like a big deal. Don't kill unless you're pushed to this specific scenario. And the other versions of the Turtles are like, don't kill under any means necessary. And for Rise, it's never said, and they never do kill anyone, but I feel like they would just totally be down with murder. Yeah. Maybe it's their chaotic nature, I don't know. So I'm drawing a fan comic, and I have a story picked. I'm not going to spoil stuff, but it involves siblings to the Tmnt, and I have a perfect story for Ren. I want to ask permission before I use her. Yeah, absolutely. You can use Ren in comics, fan art, and fan fiction. I only ask that you would say that Renaissance is owned by me, or at least created by me. So just like give credit to that, and then you can do whatever you want with her. I honestly would love to see what you guys create about Renaissance, because I want to write more fanfic with her, but I keep getting writer's block, and I don't know how to write down the ideas that I do have. It's weird. I don't know. Let's see. The reason I ask is because I like making episodes with characters' fears. It can show that even heroes are afraid of something, like 2012 Rice Wrath. And Rice Wrath. Yes. I love how in 2012, Wrath is like afraid of bugs. I think it's hilarious, and they play it so like authentically. And then Rise Wrath. It's never specifically said what that fear is, whether it's like a fear of puppets or a fear of rabbits specifically, or maybe it's just specifically fearing Mrs. Cuddles. I don't know, but I also do find it funny and quirky, and you could go into angst territory if you wanted to with writing fears. Yeah. You could do a lot of comedic stuff, or you could do a lot of traumatic stuff. There's a lot of ways to play it. Hang on, I gotta take another bite of food. Okay. Mikey's want to be independent with Raph's intense fear of losing his siblings. Yeah, also, Raph's fear of also kind of separation anxiety, or at least when he doesn't know where they are. Yeah. So Ren would kind of have that as well, but instead of going savage, she just kind of like freezes like Comey. Like, Comey can't communicate. Also, Renaissance would probably like Comey can't communicate. I do have an idea where, like, she has this, like, Comey-faced gag that goes on throughout the series. And I have imagined, scenario. It was basically a scene from Comey Can't Communicate where they send her to go pick up some coffee. But I was like, I could do that, but it would be to pick up a pizza order. And then maybe, like, Leo would follow her to make sure that she's okay. And it would be kind of like a similar wacky scenario. Ren mixes vanilla and green tea ice creams, lol. I have not actually mixed ice cream flavors, so I don't know how it would taste. Maybe it's good. I don't know. Honestly, do they offer, like, green tea at grocery stores? Because I've had them at restaurants and, actual ice cream shops. I don't think I've seen them in grocery stores though. I'd have to look into that. But yeah, again, earlier in the stream I mentioned I went grocery shopping for party stuff for tomorrow, and I got some vanilla ice cream. I probably should have looked for green tea ice cream while I was out, but it didn't occur to me. There's a backstory you have in your head that explains why Renaissance has social anxiety. Honestly, just kind of like, she was just kind of born with it. Because I was born with it too. I just, yeah, I was just shy as a kid. Social anxiety, there wasn't really a start, it just kind of happened. So, no traumatic backstory, it's just kind of how she was. Different personality, I guess. Which is interesting because my real brother in real life, Hey You, he was a total chatterbox as a kid, and still is kind of to this day. Though he's learned to like reel back a little to let other people talk. That just kind of happens when you grow up. You learn to do stuff like that. But yeah, he would actually talk for me a lot when I was a kid because I didn't want to say anything, and he already knew the answer. So he would just speak for me, and my mom would have to say, "No, let her speak. She needs to learn how to speak." And that was a whole thing that went on throughout my childhood. I'd say I got better about it by like middle or high school, but it wasn't until like I left high school that I really learned how to break out of my shell. Like, I got better about talking to people, but then I got better at like my charisma, I guess, when talking to strangers. I'm more open, more fun, I guess. Yeah, I kind of just what I would do is I would mimic certain anime characters. I would practice acting in front of the mirror and act out scenes and with like characters that had bigger personalities, that kind of thing. So I guess that kind of helped me out. I don't really know. I'm working on my OC's comic while watching this. That's cool. That's awesome. I usually work on art and stuff while watching like YouTube videos or watching shows. Sorry. I always have to have something playing in the background. I can't just like be silent. I have to have something. And I usually have music on when I'm like working, doing chores around the house, or like doing what little exercise I do and just going on walks every now and then. Also, I listen to music in the car. It's kind of like my meditation time, and I really need to learn not to do that so I can learn how to drive. Let's see, another one. Does Ren draw her eyebrows on like Donnie? No. I would say hers act more like how Raph's does, where it's kind of like you just kind of see the ridge of the brow through the mask. Yeah, I'm not really sure how else to explain it. So visually it could look like a penciled on eyebrow, but logically it's just like her eyebrow ridge that you can see. Yeah, that's how it translates. The episode of 2012 Raph being afraid of roaches sealed him as my favorite as a kid. I found it relatable, and it made me feel better knowing that even someone as tough as Raph is afraid of bugs. Yeah, everyone has something to them, you know? Some type of quirk or something. It makes you realize, like, we're all equal to some extent. We all have weird things that get to us, or that kind of thing. So, it's interesting. It's really cool. I think it makes a character, like, more three-dimensional if they have something like that. Just something weird that gets to them. I found green tea ice cream at grocery stores. Ooh. But I live in an area with lots of foreigners. I'm mostly Hispanic, but we have Asian neighborhoods too. Well, I'll have to look and see then at the grocery stores I go to. I mostly just go to Walmart, so maybe they won't have it, but I could try out other grocery stores too, honestly. So I'll have to look into that. I did actually, while I was at the store, I bought some teriyaki sauce because I want to make, like, stir fry. I've been trying to eat more Asian cuisine because typically it's healthier than like American food, and I'm trying to be a little healthier, and I love teriyaki sauce, so I was like, I need teriyaki sauce if I want to eat Asian food. The demands of the location, I guess. Yeah. My sister would speak for me too, lol. Yeah. Having a translator was actually pretty convenient though, because when I was real little, I would say things in a way that didn't make sense, and I still struggle with that sometimes. Uh, Sometimes I'll just word vomit a sentence together, and it doesn't make any sense, and I'll have to go back and be like, well, this is what I meant. But it was a lot more common when I was a kid. So, especially like when I was a toddler, my brother would translate what I was trying to say, or my mom would have to think really hard about what I wanted and be like, oh, you want this? And I'd be like, yeah, that's what I want. That happens apparently one time on an airplane. I was sitting like a row or two ahead of my mom, and I asked her for something in a way that was crazy, I guess. And then mom had to think for a second. And she's like, oh, you want this? And the lady sitting next to her was like, I never would have gotten that. Yeah. Does Renaissance have a favorite anime or cartoon? I'm debating if I want to like take into account years of when anime released compared to the timeline of the Rise series or not. Because I could do like Kill Me Can't Communicate, but then that wouldn't be introduced until like 2020. Your Lie in April would probably work. That'd be one that she likes. She'd probably also like magical girl shows and even dark magical girl shows. I especially loved Madoka Magica and Yuki Yuna is a Hero. So I think she would probably like those too. I haven't watched Sailor Moon, but I want to watch Sailor Moon. But I don't have a site where I can watch it on, so I need to find like one of the OGs. It wasn't the OG of Magical Girl show, but it definitely was the popularizer. And then Madoka Magica was the popularizer of the dark magical girl genre. And then people think that Yuki Yuna is a Hero is just like a rip-off Madoka when it's not. It's not, okay? I mean, like, of course it's not going to be as well written as Madoka Magica, not many things are, but it's still a good show, okay? It's still a good show. I was a sibling who talked for my brothers. I was the youngest. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Sometimes people are just different and their personalities don't necessarily match with the birth order that people would expect. But for me, it definitely was. My family jokes that every trait that my brothers didn't get ended up getting passed to me. Yeah, I joke that my brother got my smart skills, but I got his art skills. So I got all the art talent, and he got more like a little more academic stuff. He's better at political thinking and problem solving and that kind of thing, which works really well. He's really good at world building when it comes to writing. And I'm more about like characters and getting into a character's head. Though he still definitely does that. He can manage a whole lot of stuff in his writing. Like, I suck at writing fight scenes, but he's amazing at it. Like, he's writing a book, okay? And our mom was proofreading some of it, and she hates fight scenes in anything. Anytime there's like, we show her an anime, or she's watching a MCU movie, which she still likes the MCU, she'll always want to skip the fight scenes. But she read his fight scene and she was like totally engaged. So he kind of has like this JoJo's Bizarre Adventure style of writing fight scenes where he has to take into account like physics and psychology and that kind of thing, and different strategies that I am not good at coming up with. I usually like have to base a fight scene off of one that exists somewhere else, which, you know, I feel kind of bad doing that because it's basically just taking from someone else. So I'm actually like thinking if I were to write a thing with a fight scene, I just get Hey You to help me I could like commission him to help me with that. Yeah. If you could give Renaissance another power besides cloning, what would it be? I don't know, because I spent a while trying to come up with a good power for Renaissance. And the duplication one was the only one I could really come up with. Maybe if I wanted to go the route that I want, where she ends up like using singing and song to come out of her shell, then I could give her like a music power of some kind. If any of you've seen the One Piece movie, it was like One Piece Red or something, it came out recently. There was a character who had a power where she could use song to control other people. So maybe she could have a power like that. I don't know. I think that'd be interesting. But I still like debate whether or not I want to do the song thing, because I voice act her and I cannot sing at all. I try, but it's rough. It's rough. And I know, like, if I like made a comic or an animatic or something and I voice acted, that if I sang, it would be really bad, but the characters would have to see it as being really good, and it would just like not add up at all. I could try to get like someone to dub for her, I guess, for the singing, but I don't know. We'd have to see. Food. I'm the youngest and the quietest in my family. I walk in and listen to their conversations, and they don't even know I'm there until I say something. I love jump scaring them. Yeah, I actually had this idea where if I had included Renaissance maybe in like the 2012 universe, that she would have this running joke that she's like the best at scouting and being the quietest ninja. So oftentimes she would just accidentally sneak up on her brothers, and they'd be like, "Whoa, what? Where'd you come from?" Just at random times, like when they're just chilling in the lair or something. I think that would be funny if that happened. Because in 2012 they sometimes struggle with being quiet, especially Mikey and Raph. So I think Renaissance would be the best at doing that. So if they have to send her on like a scouting mission or whatever, she would be the best bet for that, because she would probably be physically weaker than her brothers, I would say, probably, in 2012. In Rise, she would technically also be weaker than her brothers, but also you have to take into account the mystic powers, so that kind of negates the physical weakness she has. So it's not really as apparent in that sense. So I got more hungry and starting to eat food more consistently now. Another happy birthday wish, thank you! My brain doesn't know how to get words across sometimes, so I end up making a sound that said like, "You know what I mean?" Yeah, sometimes I'll forget words to just like super basic things, like, what's that thing that you open and it goes like this? It's like door? Yeah, door! That's it! Sometimes that happens to me. It sucks when I'm like writing fanfic, because I usually write it at night before I go to bed for a few hours. And sometimes I'll be laying there trying to think of a word or a phrase, and I'm like, I know there's a word or a phrase for this, and it's one I've heard before, but I can't remember it. That happened a few months ago. One that was really funny. I was trying to write like someone pulling out a weapon. I was like, what is it called? It's not a switchblade. It's not a dagger. It's like one of those things where it has multiple tools on it. And I had to text my brother late at night, just like, what's the name for this thing? And he's like, Swiss Army knife? Yes, that's it! It bugged me so much that I couldn't come up with it. I even tried Googling it too, just like, what's the name of this thing? And it didn't say. So that was funny. I'm going to say this because Stacey always smiles. Kevin and Millie, Stacey's twin brother, died at age of 11. Oh no! So Stacey suffered trauma and just smiles all the time. Yeah. I mostly didn't give Renaissance any, like, backstory trauma. It was just, like, social anxiety. I do think she would have trauma after the Krang apocalypse. Like, both good and bad timeline. Though I don't think Renaissance in the bad timeline would have it as bad as her brothers because, spoiler alert, she's the one that dies first. So she's not as messed up as the rest of them because she didn't lose any of them. But, if we're going with the good timeline, I like the idea that they still have, like, wounds and scars that they have to heal from before they get, like, the official happy ending where they're looking at the rebuilding city. I like the idea where they have to, like, recover for a while. So, should probably, be struggling with that. Because I'd seen people do it before where they, like, give the brothers injuries based on what happened in the movie. So, like, Raph has an eye infection and, or loses his eye entirely. Mikey has burn scars on his arms and struggles to use them again. Then, Leo just having everything broken. Like, cracked shell, all that kind of stuff. And Donnie with, like, scars on his shell. I imagine maybe, like, in the movie, Ren could have gotten hit or grabbed or something around the neck, and maybe her voice is kind of scratchy for a while, so she can't really sing for a while after that. But it eventually gets better. Everything gets better, guys. Don't worry about it. They have some scars, but it's fine. It's fine. You got the art skills. Nice. I get my art skills from my dad, I think. He is really good at, like, painting and doing landscapes. He does a lot of graphic design, too. He works in technology and, selling stuff. And he's he does, like, little business stuff. He 3D prints, he does engraving, that kind of thing. Just, like, on a side business, basically. And I feel like I got a lot of that stuff from him. And I feel like I'm a good writer nowadays. I feel like I've grown a lot, at least for fanfic standards. But my brother definitely got a lot of the writing skills. My mom reads a lot, and she's written a book. But it wasn't very popular, unfortunately. My brother, again, is currently writing a book. Maybe if and when he publishes it, I can let you guys know and be like, hey, look at his book, it's so cool. Oh, that'd be cool. I still need to proofread it again because I proofread it a while ago, and at that point the book wasn't, like, the full draft of the book wasn't completed, so I never got to finish it. And I was dealing with school and stuff, so I didn't really have time to work on it. So I really need to actually, like, read it again, because, you know, he'd probably benefit from more beta readers, I guess. Catch any typos he missed, and others missed. Would Renaissance break the fourth wall somehow, like talking or writing the episode like Rafted when the band tore down the pizza place? Probably not. I typically don't like breaking the fourth wall unless it's for a really good reason. Or, like, a really funny joke. So I personally wouldn't do it that often. Unless it was, like, something related to, like, an Ask blog. I did an Ask blog, years ago, where it was, Sans and Monica from DDLC. Not that one. I know what you're thinking, but it's not that one. Unfortunately, it was a different one. It was only on Amino, and I never came to a conclusion. I left on a cliffhanger, sadly. But we got to break the fourth wall with that one, so if I did like a similar thing with the turtles where it was like an ask blog, then obviously we'd have to break the fourth wall. But besides that, in the show, probably not, unless it was for a really good gag. But yeah. Happy birthday. What would you think Frida's personality would be? I feel like it would be a bit of Rapunzel, but also having a grounded and smart side. Interesting. So is Frida the official name for the turtle reveal that we got in the Rise comic for the 40th anniversary? Because I've heard the name, but I don't know if it's, like, the canon name or not. What would she be like? I don't know. She'd probably, because she worked for Big Mama, she'd probably have, like, a no-nonsense attitude. But it's really anyone's guess, because we haven't seen her in the show. We barely had a panel of her in the comic. I do like the idea of there being, like, a older sister type of character, where she has, like, a more no-nonsense attitude. I think that would play really well with the others. That's part of the reason why I liked, that one Venus AU that I found. Where, I mostly just saw some screenshots of her, and I really liked the design. And I think Venus or maybe another female turtle would work really well as like a kind of like a straight man, you know, where everyone's wacky nonsense is crazy, and she's just, and the joke for her is just like, stop doing that, this is insane, blah blah blah. I think that would be a cool dynamic to have. And of course I like the little sister idea, but you know, I already did that. What would you think Renai would say if she met you, her creator, IRL? It depends on how we want to play it. Like, am I an OC in the Rise universe, or is this like a fourth wall break, like with Monica from DDLC? Because if it's like a fourth wall break, there might be some existential stuff going on there. But if I was like a character in the Rise universe, it's hard to say because she was based off of a younger me, so I'm not really sure how to play it. I guess I would like definitely see myself in her, obviously. Be friends with her. Would I count as a yokai? Because I'm a sundew girl. I'm not human completely, though I do look human. I don't know. Oh, I thought of a funny thing. Just imagine we get into an argument, and she's all like, you know, and I'm an herbivore. I could totally eat you if I wanted. And I'd be like, yeah, well, I'm a carnivore, so it appears we are at an impasse. That'd be funny. Let's see. Do that all the time. Normally online is gotta be right back. Okay. Is something different about Renaissance and the different Tmnt AUs, like how Leo and Donnie are now twins, and Raph is the oldest and stuff. Yeah, I imagined her in 2012 and in 2003. So, in those universes, both, she'd be more on the quiet side rather than cartoonishly shy, though she would still be kind of shy. Of course, in those universes, they are basically quadruplets, so with Renaissance there'd be quintuplets, though they would have the, you know, the typical age birth that most headcanons have, where it's Leo, Raph, Donnie, Mikey, and then Renaissance. So there'd still be the little sister dynamic going on there, even if it's, like, barely anything. Like, I'm younger than you by, like, a few minutes, maybe. I thought of, like, giving her the bow gun that I had in Rise, but I thought that was, like, a little too out of place, so I'd probably just give her a normal bow, maybe have, like, some upgrades later on. She'd probably have a normal bow, maybe, like, reinforced with some blades, but, like, no gun with it. She might also do, like, Hawkeye stuff where it's like, oh, it sets off an explosion, or it's a smoke bomb, or something like that. So it's not just, like, normal arrowheads. So she'd have a little bit of variety going on. But she'd typically be the best at sneaking around, being quiet. I also think that she would be really good at not showing her emotions to the enemy. Like if she was captured or something and they're like trying to interrogate her, she's just kind of like not doing anything. She's just like kind of has a hard stare, not saying anything, not giving anything away. Where the others would probably either taunt or talk or something like that. Though, if something drastic happened, especially to her brothers, obviously something bad would happen, and she would be like, oh no, pain. I also think that during the coma that Leo gets into, she would not take it well at all. Especially in 2012, I feel like the guys would have to basically make it so that she's not thinking of Leo majority of the time, because otherwise she would just kind of like break down again and again. So she's very happy when he wakes up, finally. So she is pretty emotional when it comes to her family, but like out in the field she tries to keep it down. And I feel like that would be how it would go, I'd say. I don't know. She'd also be physically weaker from her brothers, which is part of the reason why she would have a bow. But yeah, that's basically my ideas for them. Let's see. Next questions. And for some reason I made Kevin and Millie turn into ghosts. Don't know why. Legit? Cool. Ghosts. Dang, I was just like trying to imagine ghosts in certain scenarios. Okay, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I feel bad because my OC was in a lab when she was 5 and she got out when she was 13, and I feel bad about it. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta give your OC a traumatic backstory. Sometimes it just happens. For my Undertale fanfic that I wrote a while ago, because Frisk is such a blank slate, I just basically treated Frisk as an OC, I guess. That's like the closest I've gotten to an OC since the very, very early FNAF days of really bad writing. She has a traumatic backstory. Won't get into it, but yeah, that happens. Sometimes you just gotta like emotionally destroy your characters. If you ever watch Coley Does Things, when she talks about OC, that's pretty much how it goes. Yeah. I'm trying to draw Ren, but I don't have her mask color and marker. Dang, yeah. I tried to draw Renaissance as well. I have a lot of Copic markers, so I have a lot of different shades, but none of them quite matched the tones I use digitally, so it didn't end up looking right. Yeah. I guess I should, while we're here, I could promote my Patreon again and my my Etsy page. You can see down there, Ren's Random Crafts. I have Renaissance stickers for sale. They're for $4. If you want to get me something for my birthday, buy one of the stickers, and that money, I guess, will be considered my birthday present. So yeah, it would be a good way to help support the channel. That way, one, I can make more Renaissance merch, which would be awesome. I'd love to do that. And also, I have some other stuff on my Etsy page. I have Among Us figurines based off of different characters. So I got like FNAF Security Breach Among Us figurines. I got some Hololive ones. Then there's just some normal ones that you can get to. I used to sell them at my school, and I actually made a lot of money from that. But they haven't really been selling online, and they originally were between like $10 and $15, but right now they're on sale for $8. So if you want to get one now. Yeah. I guess that's my promotion until the end of the stream, probably. Yeah. Let's see, more stuff. Let's go. Does Renaissance have a favorite drink? Personally, I have a few favorite drinks. I do think she would, like, I've only tried it once or twice, but watermelon juice, that was awesome. It tasted amazing. I don't know where she would get it, though, because it was only at, like, one Hispanic grocery store in town that's, like, kind of far away. We don't have a whole lot of specific grocery stores for that. But it was really good. I also really like different kinds of herbal teas, though my favorites are lemon zinger, raspberry. I like peppermint. There's one called Tension Tamer, which is really good. I like a few other tea flavors too. I think my favorite soda is strawberry Fanta. It's so good, guys. It's so good. It's the best Fanta. And then I like milkshakes, usually vanilla, though sometimes, depending on which restaurant it is, I like strawberry milkshakes. There's one I like at one restaurant I like. It's so good. It's so good. I actually went there recently and I finished the whole milkshake because usually it's like way too big for me. I have to take it home. But I finished the whole thing there, and even before my brother finished his milkshake. That was crazy. I don't know. Renaissance. Yeah, she might, like, she definitely enjoy tea, definitely. It might be her favorite. I'm not sure. I'd have to think more about it. Think of a liminal space between realities. Dang. Yeah. Liminal space. It can be kind of spooky sometimes. So spooky. Spooky. So I have to eat again. Okay, where was I? When I said if Ren met you, I mean more like meeting you and knowing you were her creator. Okay. You're the reason behind her existence, her happiness, her sorrows, her tragedies. Okay, so there might be a little existential dread there, but I also think she'd probably like me. I didn't give her a traumatic backstory, so she'd probably be happy with that. She may be a little frustrated that I made her so shy. Because it's like cartoonishly shy. And she wants to break from it, but she doesn't know how. So I think there'd be mixed feelings, but overall she'd see me as a friend, I think. I think that'd be good. I'd also, maybe she'd probably be thankful, like, I have great brothers that love me. It's so nice. So probably that. I was searching for Stacey's photo on Google, but only Donnie and the purple guy came up. Yeah, I googled myself and Renaissance a few times, and I don't know why, but, like, my Tumblr art of her does not really show up on the Google images, and it's only, like, thumbnails from my videos, and I don't know why that is. Maybe you have to, like, get a certain amount of views for it to show up on Google? I don't know. And then I have, like, one image of just myself. And everything else, is, like, when I type in Ren is random, there's one picture of me, and then there's, like, Ren and Stimpy stuff. Yeah. I never watched that show. I want to buy your stuff but can't. Oh, it's okay. It's okay if you can't buy it, guys. It would help the channel, but I do recognize that not everyone has that kind of money. So, if you don't have that kind of money, don't worry about it, okay? I've been trying to figure out if I could, like, somehow do some kind of giveaway, but I need to look into the specifics of that. I also know that giveaways can be controversial because sometimes shady stuff happens behind the scenes and I don't want to do that. So I'd have to look into it more, try to figure out the logistics before I decide on doing that. But I'd like to. That'd be nice. Because I do really appreciate all you guys. Even if you don't give any money, that's totally fine. And just being here, subscribing, commenting, that's awesome. That's really awesome. Can I make Renai clay crafts like Ren Among Us? Ren real turtle sculpture. I started on that myself, actually. I have one sculpture of her. It's not great, but it's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. I started an other one that was like more figurine type, but I didn't finish it. It wasn't looking how I wanted. I tried to make her and the other turtles Among Us, but I couldn't figure out a good design that I wanted. So, if you guys want to do that, go ahead. Like, you can do anything. As long as you, like, if you post it, just be like, hey, this is the character made by Ren is Random, and that's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Besides that, just make whatever you want. Oh, if you made them, if I made one, would I want one? Oh, yeah. Would you, like, sell them, or would you, like, is it like a present, like what people do when they send their favorite YouTubers gifts and stuff, like in a PO box? Would it be like that? Like, either way, I'd love to see it. Though it would depend on my financial situation if you were selling it or not. Honestly, I don't know how to feel about if you guys were selling Renaissance stuff, because I don't want to not have you guys do that, but I also am like, she's my creation and I'm trying to make money off her because I literally cannot get a job. So I don't know how I would feel about monetizing her for you guys. I'd have to think about it more, because I'm like stuck between appreciating your guys' creations, but also like I do need money. Yeah, I'm actually trying to figure out how to apply for disability because my health problems make it so I can't really work normally, so that's why I'm trying to be a YouTuber, so I can make money off of YouTube. Yeah. The goal is to become a YouTuber enough where I can actually, like, pay for my medical bills. I don't know how long that will take, and, my mom said I had 6 months after school ended for me to get YouTube going, before 6 months, like after 6 months I have to get a real job in the real world, and I don't know how that'll go because, like, again, it's really hard for me to work. Looking here. Listen to Ren. Okay. I am the only one getting ads in this live stream. Oh, are you? I did say I would have, like, ads, but I figured it would be, like, off to the side or, like, pop-up things that you could click off of. I don't know if it's, like, breaking the video for you. Sorry if that... I guess that's an inconvenience. I should probably think about that next time I do live streams. But, I mean, I guess it helps with monetization problems. If you guys are okay with ads like that. Let me know. Or if it's bugging you too much. Let's see. Tiffany Lee, not the only one. They pop up like every 15 minutes or so. Okay. Crossover time, Ren and Stimpy are random. Lol. Again, I've never seen the show, but like, yeah. Does Renaissance have a canon eye color? Like how people are headcaning the Tmnt ones. So, like, canonically, if she was in the show, it would just be black. But I headcanon, if she were to have an eye color, it to be like a hazel or maybe olive green, that kind of color. I think it would look really good with the green she has and some of the brownish colors, like her freckles and her shell. I don't know, I just really like green, okay? Can you blame me? I'm a plant. I'm a sundew plant. What do you expect? Yeah, and I like the idea of the, of some of the Rise headcanon eye colors, especially like the Leo and Donnie one where they have red and blue eyes that are swapped for each other. I can never remember like which one is which color though, and so spoiler alert, I started drawing like human designs for them, and I think I got the typical headcanon eye colors switched how they're supposed to be. So like Leo has the red and on the wrong side and the blue on the wrong side. So I don't know though. It's kind of oopsie on my part. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping to post those human designs soon. I finished all of them except Mikey, so I need to do Mikey and then I'm gonna post them all. Both on the YouTube community, on Tumblr. I already put them on Patreon, so if you guys want to check on Patreon, you can look at them for $3 a month. But yeah. Don't worry, they will be posted to the public soon if you cannot. Is it okay if you make fan art? Absolutely, you can make fan art. Again, just say, this character was created by Ren is random, and that's all you gotta do. Then make whatever fan art you want. Absolutely. So I'm drawing the comic right now, and I gotta know, what would you think Ren's height would be? For reference, the shortest turtle in that use Mikey staying at 5 foot, and the tallest turtle, no spoiler, at 6'4". So canonically, their heights are different from that, at least the beginning of the series. I don't know how it is by the movie. So canonically, Raph is 6 foot, Leo is 5'5", Donnie is 5'3", and Mikey is 4'8" or 9", I want to say. Maybe, yeah, maybe 7. It's somewhere around there. So based on that, her canonical height at the beginning of the show is 4'5". But I do like the idea of them being a little taller than they actually are in the show, especially Raph. I can't imagine him at only 6 feet. He's got to be like 7 foot or something. So you can just kind of like base it off of the canonical idea I have for Renaissance and then kind of like scale it up to what you're using. So if it's beginning of the show, she's gonna be a few inches shorter than Mikey. By Rise movie, she'll be maybe like an inch shorter than Mikey. And then in the future timeline, she'll get up to 5'11". So that's the canonical heights I have. You can mess around with it a little bit if you want. That's definitely a possibility, so yeah. Another thing. Given that Renai wouldn't exist without you, I'll send one free of charge. Oh my goodness, thank you. A gift for hooking me up the character. I do not sell someone else's OC. Feels like, yeah, I kind of feel that way too. Like, if it's a smaller creator and it's like their own creations, I feel really bad about selling stuff based on that. But if it's like a big brand that everyone knows, I feel like it's like there's copyright stuff, I guess, but if it's like a big corporation or whatever, like they obviously have a lot of money. So I feel like selling some stuff you make based on that wouldn't be as big a deal. And it also depends on the corporation that's behind it. Like, you can sell FNAF things, and Scott Cawthon is totally okay with it. And I'm pretty sure the Among Us creators are chill with it too, especially like little crafts and stuff. But like Nintendo is very big on not allowing that. So, you can't have like, you can't make a Mario thing and then try to sell that. They're like, no, shut it down, lads, shut it down. So it all depends. I think it's like a case by case basis, but generally that's how I feel about it. Not answering that one. Sorry, but I'm not. I have Renaissance. You have Renaissance fan art, but can't put it in the channel because it just has weird videos made with when I was little. At least I still think they're on my channel. I mean, there are options, I guess. Trying to think. Should I make like a Gmail so I can like get fan art from you guys if you can't post it on like Tumblr or the YouTube comments or something? I have to think about that. I guess what you could do is you could either make a Tumblr, because I have Tumblr, and then share it that way. You could hypothetically make a YouTube video and just have the image there on the screen. If you don't have access to YouTube community posts. But if you don't want to do that, I can try to figure out like an email or something that you can send in fan art, because I really like seeing your guys' fan art. I have a little album in my photos of just fan art stuff. It's so cool. Also getting ads. Yeah, sorry. I gotta make money somehow, guys. I'm sorry. I discovered that Stacely's species. I discovered the species of turtle, which is a leatherback turtle, only lives for 70 or 80 years. Stacely won't live for that long. Oof. Yeah, I heard that green sea turtles specifically can live for like a really long time, like 100 years or so. And sorry. I know that turtles have a more humanoid lifespan than some other animals. They live a lot longer, so it kind of makes sense how the turtles age kind of the same way as humans do in that sense. Yeah, I wonder if I could take general lifespan of turtles' ages into consideration when thinking how long they would live. I'd have to think about that. Because I never thought that far ahead, I guess. Because Renaissance doesn't make it that far. But if I wanted to, like, include the other turtles, I don't know. I'll have to think about that. When I get ads, it takes over the whole screen. It's unskippable, and it makes me miss whatever you say at that. Like, sorry about that. What I do sometimes when I'm watching a live stream and I'm falling behind is I play the video at twice the speed or however much times the speed until I catch up. Possibly you could do that. Or you could just wait until the live stream ends and then go back and listen to stuff, I guess. Either way. How does Ren die in the future? Oh yeah. So I mentioned it in a different live stream, but for those of you who don't know yet, prepare for angst. In the future, Renaissance lives to be 20 years old. She and Leo and Donnie are kind of out on a scouting mission. I imagine that they're trying to move the resistance, and they're basically just observing to make sure that Krang mechs don't like spot them or get in the way, so they're just kind of observing the mechs from afar, and when the mechs start getting too close, they have to intervene. Donnie and Leo get wounded to the point where they can't fight anymore, so Ren puts them off to the side to rest, and then she goes in for the fight. Again, I don't know if I want to include mystics or not in the future, because that will change a little bit about how, at least how the fight goes. But either way, it ends with her winning, but losing her life in the process. Actually, I have a animatic I made for the reveal, I guess. I don't have an animatic for the fight because, again, I suck at fight scenes. But I have an animatic I made of them finding her. I haven't posted it yet because I really wanted to have voice acting. So I wanted to get my brother and my cousin to voice Leo and Donnie, but I cannot get them in to voice, and my brother says that he doesn't know if he'll be able to do like a agonized wail. So I guess I could just post it without voice acting. I do have text on the screen. Let me know if you'd be interested in that just without voice acting. But yeah, that's basically how it goes. Let's see. In my comic, it's an original universe, so Raph is only 5'1", like aggressive baby teddy bear. Nice. Yeah, I remember in I think it's possibly the 2012 universe where it has the shortest Raph, I think. Except maybe Mutant Mayhem. I'd have to look up what their heights are. I don't know what their heights are. But he's like 5 foot nothing. Mikey's shorter than him by a few inches, and Leo's taller than him by 1 or 2, I think. But yeah, no wonder he's so angry. He's so short. Of course, Raph is a gentle giant. Yeah. I wonder if it would... like, is it based on his height? Or is it based on his personality? We'll never know. Do you plan to make a community Discord? I'd love to join when you do. I've tried to get into Discord, and my brain just can't wrap my head around it. It would be really cool if I could. I don't know. I have trouble on the app, and I don't really know how Discord works. My brother knows, so maybe he can help me with that. Yeah, I tried to... I know that Discords and stuff can be, not a good place for some people, and I'd like to keep it PG, or at least PG-13 on the Discord, so I'd have to regulate that a lot. It's a lot to think about, basically. I could maybe do a thing like I don't allow people under a certain age just in case, but then, like, I don't know. I'll have to think about it more. Yeah. But having a Discord would be cool if I could figure it out and wrap my head around it. Yeah, that would also be a good place to share fan art, obviously, if I could figure that out. So maybe one day. We'll see. I need your own website for real. Like accounts on other websites, or like me building a legit other website. Because if I build myself a legit other website, I don't know. I mean, like, technically I know how to make a website, but not, like, very good, I guess. But yeah, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, I do have a Tumblr, I have a Patreon. I do have an Etsy. It's not really for community, it's just for selling stuff. Um, it's not really a social media, but I do have an archive of our own account. So when I do post fanfic, then you can check it out there. I don't really have any other websites I'm on besides that. I refuse to get Twitter. It's too scary. I can't do it. And I never really got into Instagram or anything like that. Yeah. That's about all I have, guys. Sorry. I know that if I want to be a bigger creator, I should probably branch into the other social medias, but I kind of partially don't want to, and partially I don't know. Yeah. Definitely has to say goodbye. Sorry, you might already be gone by now by the time I react to this. Sorry. But bye. Stacey almost died to Shredder when she went to save Renaissance. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes traumatic stuff does happen in the show. It happened like twice. Shredder and Krang. That's about it, I think. That's like the traumatic stuff that happened in Rise. There wasn't a whole lot of that, I guess. I mean, technically also, if you separate Splinter's backstory from Shredder, then that's 3, technically. Yeah. Just entered, and let me just say happy birthday. Thank you, professional human. Let's go. Love having you here. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Nice. New apps are hard for plants. Yes, yes. Plant has difficulty understanding technology. Like a full-blown Rena's random website. Yo! What would I make it? Basically like its own social media? Like, I had Amino for like a year or two a while ago. I was on like Undertale Amino stuff. I didn't have like my own Amino section for like my content. That's not what I mean. I guess I could do something kind of like Amino. I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot of stuff, and Sundew does not understand technology well. It's so funny because I was like trying to go into animation or graphic design, that kind of thing. But well, I do get to understand technology sometimes, but also I have this thing in my family called the technology curse, where technology just starts spontaneously combusting around me. It's honestly a miracle that the stream is even working. I had so many issues with that in my classes that involved technology. Graphic design class, I had stuff go wrong that the teacher never had go wrong. But except when she had my brother years before, and the exact same thing happened to him, and then it happened to me, and she was like, I don't know how to fix this, and I have never seen it with anyone besides you two. Man, I could tell you so many stories about how technology stops working around us. Except my dad. My dad works at a tech company, and he knows how to fix everything, and anytime any of our technology does not work for us, all he has to do is touch it, and it works. That's all he has to do. Like, I learned that if I wanted to print something at home, instead of printing it myself, to just automatically go to him, because I would try to do it myself, it wouldn't print. I'd give it to my dad, he'd do the exact same thing that I would do, and it would print. So I just like, hey dad, can you print this for me? It's like, you can print it yourself. I'm like, I really can't though. But yeah, I learned to expect things like that to go wrong in my life at a young age. Sorry, I'm chewing again. seriously uses sea animal venom in her shuriken, which she uses as pufferfish, jellyfish, stingray, and rockfish venom. Nice. I had a similar idea, specifically with the future timeline for Renaissance, where she would expand her weapon use, where it would still be like a bowgun mostly, but she'd also have like kunai and throwing stars that would be dipped in that pesticide chemical that they found. So kind of like what's her name? Shinobu from Demon Slayer has with her quote unquote sword. It's kind of like a needle more, where it's already dipped in poison, so that when they slash something, it'll cause even more damage. So, I also like to think that Renaissance might explore more with like potions and bombs. So, she'd have like smoke bombs that would have that pesticide, that kind of thing. Yeah. As cool as Ren is random website would be, as someone who made my own website for the community, at the time we got zero new traffic once we moved over. I'd worry it'd create less engagement. Yeah, if I did create my own website, it wouldn't be like I moved everything over to the website. I would just post stuff on that as well as the other stuff I would post on. I don't think it would get a lot of traffic though, as well. So I'm not sure about committing to making a website. So I'm just sticking with what I have so far. YouTube, Tumblr, Patreon, Etsy. That's how it be. Again, maybe one day a Discord. Maybe one day. But never a Twitter. If you see me on Twitter, it is not me. Oh, right. I did have a TikTok for a little while. I posted to TikTok a few of my animatics for Rise. But I ended up not really liking TikTok, so I stopped posting there. So if you see some of my videos on TikTok, yes, that was me, but I stopped posting there. So it's not a fake account. I guess unless they have more of my videos that they posted that I didn't. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. You managed to come back. Let's go. Definitely. Oh yeah, I just remembered that my channel is based off of bush pee-pee. What plants? Not plants. There we go. The OMG we cousins are the like, yo. Man. So I'm a plant, of course. I'm a sundew plant. And I was like, I'm gonna be a VTuber, let's go. And I thought to myself if I should apply for Hololive. I have not yet. Maybe I can try one day, but so far doing stuff myself here on my own channels is working alright. It's slow, but I think it's working. And I thought to myself, if I joined Hololive, would I be considered Fauna's biological child? Because she is Mother Earth. Because I mean, like, my family is human, but I'm not. I'm a sundew plant, so like technically I was adopted, but I was brought to life by like Pinocchio wished upon a star. So I became a real girl. Yeah, would Fauna be my biological mother? We'll see. Who is Ren's favorite brother? She doesn't have a favorite brother. She loves all of her brothers equally. I would say maybe she is a bit closer to Leo, though. I think that Leo sees a lot of himself in Renaissance that he just covers up with his Faceman persona. But so he's more gentle with her compared to the rest of his brothers that he constantly messes with. He still messes with her a little bit, but usually in a way that is not like hurting. It is that kind of thing, you know? Yeah. But she loves all of her brothers equally, and she has different dynamics with all of them, so, like, she really, like, she feels the safest with Wrath because, you know, still big, and she grew up with getting cuddles from him, that kind of thing. He would often carry her when she was a baby slash toddler, so she's used to being carried by him, and she is definitely the lightest. Though I would imagine Raph could carry all of his siblings together at the same time. And then, Ren likes to learn a lot from Donnie. A lot of it does go over her head, but she loves to listen to his rambling, and she tries to get into some of the science and understand. She likes to learn from him, so that way he's not always going to be the one fixing things around the lair. Because a lot of times she does need him to fix stuff, but she also asks, like, hey, can you show me how to do it so that I can do it in the future and I don't have to ask you again? And he appreciates that, even if she can't always understand everything. Mikey often tries to get Ren out of her shell because he sees her as similar with their character arcs of him trying to become independent and him wanting her to also become independent. And they have that younger sibling bond. I also imagine that they share a lot of, like, art, and maybe, like, he cooks and then she bakes or something. I think that would be cute. Okay. If you could make a sibling for Renaissance, make a new OC with Renaissance, what would the dynamic be with them? Jeez. I don't know, because, again, Ren's, like, the only OC I've made in a long time. Because I tried to, like, come up with maybe, like, a yokai OC or something, but nothing ever struck me, so I was like, little sister OC. That came naturally to me. I don't know. I do like the dynamic of having the older sister, whether it be Venus or maybe some original OC. But maybe something like that, because I really like that idea. The thing, though, is that, again, it's kind of being done already. So, something like that, maybe, I think. The dynamic would probably be like, oh, hey, they're actually sisters. Trying to... Because I'm, like, coming up with this on the spot here. They'd have the sister dynamic. Also, Ren would probably look up a lot to her. So, should be gentle but firm with Renaissance, if that makes sense. You know? Yeah. I thought on the Master Splinter cannibalism from Mirage comics, that arc was wild. Oh, I haven't read the Mirage comics, honestly. I literally just started reading the IDW comics. Again, live stream. You can catch me on Fridays, hopefully, if something doesn't come up, where me and my brother react to the IDW comics. But besides starting on that, I haven't read any of the comics, which I feel like I should. I feel like I really should. Yeah, can't really comment much on it besides that. Bubble Cats, hi! Hello. Infinite Possibilities, gotta go, cry, this flu I caught is hitting hard. If I don't get to bed, I'll probably pass out at my desk. Ooh, yeah. I had a similar experience when I got COVID for the second, maybe third time. Because it's kind of up in the air if I got COVID 3 times or 4 times, because one of them I wasn't really sure. But for the second/third time I got it, it hit me really quickly. I was on a call with my brother before one of my classes started, and I was totally fine. I went to my class, and like 10 minutes in, I just got hit with a wave of nausea and I was lightheaded. I was like, I can't do this. I gotta go. And of course, it was a drawing class, and they only have stools, so I can't like lean back and sit up. And even then, I was feeling really bad, so I just had to go home, and that was really quick. Usually, when I have COVID, it like starts with a sore throat the day before, and then the next day will be when the other symptoms hit. But that time was different. It was like, boom! Dang. Can you imagine if Renaissance had water manipulation, like water bending, like bending techniques? That'd be cool. Because there's always the AUs of like turtles in Avatar or turtles in Demon Slayer, and I was like, okay, so Avatar AU, this is pretty head canonical, I guess. Raph, fire. Leo, water. Mikey, air. Donnie, earth. I was just like, they don't all have to be different elements. Wouldn't that be nifty? And then I tried to think of, like, if they were demon slayers, like, what kind of breathing style they would use. Again, Leo, water. Raph, flame breathing. And then I was trying to think of, like, a breathing style for Donnie. I was like, what if we made a new breathing style, like metal breathing or something? Because he works with technology. It could be like an offshoot of, what's it called? Stone breathing. And then Mikey could be either thunder breathing or maybe sound breathing. I think that would fit him. And then I wasn't sure for Renaissance, and then someone suggested making her breathing style mist breathing. I'm like, you know what? That actually fits. So I went with that. That was a good suggestion. Yeah. Let's see. I hope you're having a very good birthday. Wish you the best, friend. Thank you. Yeah, it's a good day before my birthday. Besides the party, I actually don't know what I'm doing, because usually our family, like, makes the birthday person, a breakfast, and we haven't talked about that, so I wonder if I should tell them or ask them if they want to do that or not. Because I've been feeling in the mood for waffles. I don't know. I'll ask them. We'll see. Is Renaissance more into plants or bodies of water? I think she would have an obsession with learning about the ocean because she is a sea turtle. I think it would be really cool if she got into, like, researching a bunch of different sea life and sea animals and what it's like in the ocean, which is part of, like, the subplot I had for that one episode concept I came up with where they go to a beach and camp out for a while. She would kind of, like, be really drawn to the ocean, and then she meets a siren and then stuff happens. Yeah. But I imagine, like, she would want to, like, collect seashells and loves being on the sand and loves swimming. Looking at all the wildlife there. And then learning that sirens exist, which in this thing are, like, yeah, just mermaids. It's like, whoa, brain just explodes. And then she realized the sirens do actually still eat men, and it's just like, maybe I should not be associated with them. Let's see. Out of all the Tmnt characters from all media, who do you hate the most? Who do I hate the most? So, like, from all the generations of the Tmnt. I can't comment on the 87 Turtles because I haven't seen it since I was a little kid and I barely remember anything from it. I can't really comment on the comics, again, because I haven't read them for the most part. So, it'd mostly be up to the cartoons after 2003. Who do I hate the most? I don't know. I don't like Bradford, Chris Bradford. He becomes Dog Pound and Razar. I don't like him. I guess that could work. I have mixed thoughts about the Bebop and Rocksteady from the Bay movies. Like, they're doing their job, but like I still kind of don't like them, but it's also in character, but also like yeah, I don't know. Anyone else? Baxter Stockman from 2012 and also Bishop from 2012. They were disappointments. Yeah. 2003 and the IDW comics, at least from what I've seen so far. Bishop hasn't been in the comics yet, though, that I've read. Those versions, I think, were the best versions, which makes a lot of sense because it was written by the guy who does the comics. In 2012, they made Baxter Stockman pathetic, and that was the joke. In Rise, they made him a kid. I mean, he was in, like, a couple episodes. He served his purpose, I guess, but, like, also, meh. What they did with Bishop in 2012, he was no longer a villain. Yeah. He was scary in 2012. Not 2012. 2003. He was scary in 2003. And that's what made him good. Like, he intimidated me more than Shredder. Because me and my brother have, like, this idea for if we made our own TMNT show. And, when we want to include those characters, we're like, okay, we have to base it off of the 2003 version because those were the best versions of them. Yeah, Baxter Stockman 2012, bad. Bishop, yeah, it wasn't Bishop, really. And then I haven't seen enough of Mutant Mayhem to know about that Bishop a lot, but they made Bishop female. Again, I've only seen 2 episodes, so I have to wait to see where that goes. But, yeah. Stacey's duo with Mikey, Doctors Innocent and Delicate Touch. Yep. Dr. Delicate Touch. Man, that's basically how it is with Renaissance and Mikey too. Like, anytime they're like having a duo or whatever, if someone insults Renaissance, like, Dr. Delicate Touch is the best option you'll get. If you've seen the animatic I've made where Warren Stone calls Renaissance ugly, you'll get the gist of it. My OC has Komodo dragon DNA in her, and the DNA gave her gradient limbs and a tail. Ooh, I like that idea of a gradient. I mean, I have one in my hair. Yeah, when I was designing Renaissance, I originally made her a little bit more based off of how I look as a sundew, but then I updated it a little bit after that, after I made my first fan art, and then I worked on the first animatic I had of her. I simplified her design, got rid of a red gradient in her mask tails, I got rid of the little nectar bubbles at the end of her mask tails too. Yeah, I tried to make her, like, not too out there with her design. I tried to make her fit a little bit more with the other turtles also, to kind of tone into her character where she doesn't really like to be the center of attention, so she wouldn't draw too much attention to herself. That kind of thing. Let's see. More comments. I feel like your TMNT OCs would be really good friends. Yeah, probably. I think so. They'd be really nice because they kind of understand each other in that sense. What's Ren's favorite animal? I think she would like the octopus the best. I get like this idea that she likes really weird and obscure sea animals because they're so like some of the sea animals we have are like from another planet, I swear. And I think she'd really like the octopus for like how smart and how crazy it is. Like, it can fit through pretty much anything its beak can. It can regrow limbs. It can shapeshift at will. It has 8 freaking limbs. Yeah. But me personally, I actually don't have a favorite animal. I just don't. I like a bunch of different animals equally. Of course, I have a dog. I love her so much. But I also like obscure sea animals. I do like the octopus. And then other stuff too. So I don't really have a favorite animal. What is one of Renaissance's greatest strengths and weaknesses? So her weakness would be her timid nature, I would say. She's very timid, not confrontational. Has trouble standing up for herself. So when that comes to villains, that is not good for her fighting. If they get to her insecurities, she will probably shut down, at least in the Rise version. But her biggest strength in that is her, what's the word? Heck, I'm doing that thing. The way she's able to kind of instinctually be a good ninja when Splinter finally does start training them. She takes to the ninja techniques much faster than her brothers, mostly because she's good at being quiet and unseen. So she'll find blind spots and work in the shadows and not draw attention to herself well that way. So as a ninja in that sense, she takes to it way faster than her brothers. I have this idea, like, during that episode where they, I forget what the episode was, but, like, the title of it, but, like, when they are on that mission to invade Big Mama's hotel in the Nexus, that Splinter is observing all his sons, and it's just like, no, what are you doing? This is not how you be a ninja. And then he sees what Renaissance is doing, and he's like, how is it that my youngest is a better ninja than all of her brothers combined? I thought that would be funny. Alright. Moonlight said bye. If you had to give Renaissance a new weapon, what would it be? I'm running out of questions to ask. I would probably say the kunai throwing stars. I like the idea of her having like that kind of sword that Mitsuri uses in Demon Slayer, but I feel like it's kind of similar to Mikey's in a visual sense, so I'm not sure if I would go with that. Again, there's you could split up the arrow and the gun. So you could have like a bow and arrow and just a regular gun, that could happen, but probably kunai, throwing stars, and then probably like different kinds of potions and bombs that she would use. I think she could get into like a bit of witchy potions that Donnie would not necessarily be a fan of, but he could like find a way to use science and stuff to figure it out a little more. So that could be a part of his character arc too. Yeah, I think that would probably be what she would use. So, I think now would be a good time to end the stream, honestly. We've been going for a while, and I'm honestly kind of tired. We ran out of questions. But it was a lot of fun to talk to you guys. That was a lot of fun. I hope I can do this again at some point. Maybe I can do some more VTube stuff. Maybe I could do like other reaction videos besides just the IDW. I would like to do a karaoke stream. But again, I suck at singing, so I don't know about that. I'd be really self-conscious. But yeah, I think it's a good time to end the stream. Cybush, it was very fun. Thank you. I loved having you guys here. That was a lot of fun. So, I think it's time to say goodbye. So this is your friend Ren signing out. Bye!